Hello, Liberty View Elementary. I had some computer glitches tonight. I think it was an internet connection, and I wasn't able to do the Facebook live feed because it kicked me out a couple of times. So Mrs. Thomas asked me to do a recording, and we're going to put this up separately. So this is Dr. Nadeau. I'm going to start from the beginning and just kind of talk a little bit, and then I'm going to read a special story for you, which talks about the reason why I'm dressed the way I'm dressed. Anyway, I am Dr. Joe Nadeau, and some people realize that I have my doctorate in conducting orchestras and choirs, and I got my doctoral degree at the University of Kansas, Rock Chalk Jayhawk. As a matter of fact, if you look behind me, that large photo behind me, I am wearing this exact same outfit, standing on the stage at Walt Disney Concert Hall in Los Angeles. I'm conducting 300 voices, plus an orchestra there. It's pretty cool, pretty neat. Anyway, I am here to read a special story for you tonight, but I'm also wearing a special outfit that I wear typically when I conduct especially large groups of singers or instrumentalists. This is known as white tie and tails, which means I'm wearing a white bow tie, I'm wearing a white vest and a white shirt, and I have this special tuxedo jacket which kind of cuts off here at the waist, and then it has these little floppy tails in the back, so it's kind of fun. I didn't show you this before, but I'm also wearing my super sparkly shoes. Oh, so sparkly, by the way, is my favorite color. So this is a cool little look. And I've got two other things. I have my special sparkly cufflinks on, which I wear. The cufflinks hold the cuffs together. It's a fancier button than an actual button. And I'm also holding my baton. This is a baton that conductors use when we conduct large groups or orchestras and stuff. It's kind of a fun thing to use. But baton is the French word for stick. So this is a baton. I'm going to be reading to you a special story called The Philharmonic Gets Dressed. The Philharmonic is another word for an orchestra. And an orchestra, of course, is a group of instrumentalists that play for audiences. And this is a book by Carla Cuskin and illustrations by Mark Simon. I am reading this to you with permission from HarperCollins Publications, or publishers. So this is called The Philharmonic Gets Dressed. It's almost Friday night outside, and the dark is getting darker and the cold is getting colder. Inside, lights are coming on in houses and apartment buildings. And here and there, uptown and downtown, and across the bridges of the city, 105 people are getting dressed to go to work. Let's see. First, they get washed. There are 92 men and 13 women. Many take showers, a few take baths. 2 men and 3 women run bubble baths, and 1 man reads in the tub while the cat watches. 1 woman sits in the bubbles and sings. When they have finished washing, they dry. They use big towels and little towels and a lot of dusting powder. All of the men shave except for 3 who have beards. 2 of them trim. Then, when the 105 people are showered and bathed, shaved and toweled, dusted and dried, they put on their underwear. The men wear undershorts or briefs. Some of the men wear t-shirt undershirts with sleeves. Some wear undershirts without sleeves. And a few of the 92 do not wear undershirts at all. But night and the temperature are falling, and 1 thin man buttons up a suit of long-sleeved, long-legged underwear. All the men put on black socks. There are short socks and long socks and fancy silk socks that have decorations called clocks. Some of the men wear leg garters to keep the long socks from falling down around their ankles. The 13 women put on different kinds of complicated underwear: underpants, pantyhose or stockings, petticoats or slips, and brasiers. 1 woman, whose feet always freeze, pulls on wool socks over her stockings. When all the men have their underwear on, they get into long-sleeve white shirts and button them up. Then they put on black trousers. 45 men stand up to get into their pants. 47 sit down. Each pair of pants has a shiny black stripe down the outside of each leg. The men zip zippers and button a button or two. One man has wavy black hair streaked with white, like lightning. He puts on a very soft white shirt with ruffles down the front. It has special cuffs that fasten with cufflinks, like mine. The man hooks a wide black cloth belt around his waist. The belt is known as a cummerbund. None of the other men wear belts with their pants. They button suspenders onto their waistlines of their pants and snap the suspenders over their shoulders. 8 women dress in long black skirts. They wear black tops, sweaters, or blouses. 4 women put on long black dresses, and 1 wears a black jumper over a black shirt. A few of the women put jewelry on. A necklace, earrings, but no bracelets, because bracelets would get in the way while they're working. All of the men put on black bow ties. Some tie them up front in front of mirrors. Some stare into space and tie them. The thin man whistles a tune as he tries to tie his on. 27 men clip on ties that are already made into bows. The man with the wavy black hair and white hair, the ruffly shirt, and the cummerbund ties on a very big white bow tie. It looks like a white bat. No one else has a tie like his. He slips on a white vest and then a black jacket that is short in the front and long in the back, where it divides in two, like a black beetle wings. The jacket and pants are called tails. Tonight, all the other 91 men put on tuxedo jackets. These are black too, with shiny satin lapels, but they do not have that beetle wing back. By the way, that's just like my jacket here. See how the back goes with this special thing in the back? That's how that goes. When all the men and women are completely dressed in black and white, they get ready to go out. They put on overcoats and jackets or capes, boots, mittens or gloves, and some scarves, many hats, a few earmuffs. Then almost everyone picks up a case. The cases are different shapes and shades of black and brown. The man with the dark wavy hair and the white lightning in it, the ruffly shirt, cummerbund, and bow tie that looks like a white bat, picks up a very thin leather briefcase. No one else has a case like his. All the 105 men and women say goodbye. Goodbye to mothers, fathers, husbands, wives, or friends, children, dogs, birds, a cat, whoever is staying at home. Then they walk out of 105 doors into 105 streets, and there they take cabs, cars, subways, or buses to the middle of the city. The man with the black and white wavy hair wears a black coat with velvet collar and a white silk scarf. He steps into a very long car that is waiting for him outside his apartment building. While the driver drives, the man opens his case and looks at some papers. He sings a little and he hums. At 8:25 on Friday night, in the middle of the city, 104 people walk onto the big stage in Philharmonic Hall. They have left their overcoats, jackets, or capes, boots, mittens, or gloves, some scarves, many hats, and a few earmuffs backstage in the green metal lockers. They have left their cases in different shapes and shades of black and brown back there too. Now 101 of the men and women are carrying the musical instruments that were in those cases. Three people do not carry instruments. They are the harpist who plays the harp, the 2 timpanists who play the kettle drums and the smaller percussion instruments, the cymbals, a gong. These instruments are too heavy to carry around. They are already on the stage. There are 102 chairs on the stage and 2 stools. Near each of these, there is a music stand with sheets of music on it. The 104 people take their seats. The double bass players sit on stools. Everyone turns to the first page of music. It is a white page covered with black lines and musical notes. The man with the wavy black hair, lit with white, enters. He walks to the front of the stage and steps one step up onto a box called a podium. There he can be seen very clearly by the 104 people on the stage and by the hundreds of people in the audience. The audience applauds. The man bows. He is the conductor, the leader of the orchestra. He holds a stick in his hand. It is called a baton, which is the French word for stick. The conductor raises the baton in the air. Way up to the ceiling of the Philharmonic Hall, 6 chandeliers sparkle silently. The conductor brings the baton down, and the hall, which is as wide and long as a red velvet football field, fills with music. The music floats and rises. It sings and dances from violas, violins, cellos, double basses, flutes, a piccolo, bassoons, clarinets, oboes, French horns, trumpets, trombones, a tuba, a harp, drums, cymbals, chimes, and one thin silver triangle. It is 8:30 on Friday night, and the 105 men and women dressed completely in black and white have gone to work, turning the black notes on the white pages into a symphony. They are the members of the Philharmonic Orchestra, and their work is to play beautifully. And that is the Philharmonic Gets Dressed. I hope you enjoyed that read aloud, and I apologize for some of the glitches we had earlier on the Facebook Live page, but hopefully you can get a chance to read along with me on this video. Have a great night. Take care, everybody.